Hey everyone, it's GP back at it with more ARK Survival Evolved. Now I know it's been a long time since I did a video. It's been about 8 months. I think February was the last time I did a video. I have just been really busy, and when you stick to one game you do run out of ideas of things to record. But with the new DLC ARK Extinction being almost imminent, and when I say imminent I do mean another 5 weeks, on the 6th of November Extinction is being released, and they are revealing some teaser images and videos and stuff over the last couple of months. So what I thought I'd do is I'd have a brief look at some of the creatures that are unique to Extinction that they have revealed, whether they've revealed it in images or videos, any details of them, names, etc. The creatures we're going to look at in this video are the owl, the Wyrm or Wyrm, Gasbag, the Scout, the Enforcer, and this freak of nature. But we also have two Titans and some sort of big mech type robot thing that was teased in a teaser video that Chris from Wildcard sent out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the two Titans and the mech thing in the next video, which will be out in a day or two. So this is the owl. This is the only image, the only information that the devs have currently released of the owl. They haven't named it or anything. So at the moment, we don't know anything about it. We don't know what it's called, what its abilities are. We don't know what its size is. The issue with an image like this, which is a Mysterious Mysteries image, is that you don't really get an idea of how big the creature actually is unless it's in an in-game screenshot where you can sort of compare it to things in the background or other creatures. But I'm personally hoping that it's sort of the size of an Argentavis, maybe a little bit smaller, but I'm hoping that you'll be able to mount it and fly on the owl. The reason I'm hoping that it's not a shoulder pet is because I personally don't really use shoulder pets, with the exception of bulb dogs in Aberration. I don't use shoulder pets on any other map. I don't really find a need to use shoulder pets, with the exception of Aberration. But I'm really hoping that it's a larger creature that can be mounted. Although, having said that, it would be pretty cool to have a owl sitting on your shoulder. The only downside to that is that when you're playing, if you're playing in first person, you wouldn't be able to see the owl, and if you're playing in third person, you'd only be able to see the back of it anyway. So really, it would be for the benefit of other people to see it sitting on your shoulder. So really, it doesn't really mean much. So I think it would be pretty cool being able to fly around on an owl. Now this, I don't believe, has actually been named. People have just named it as the Wyrm because it has very similar features to what a Wyrm actually is. I am actually thinking it looks like a winged ferret, just because the face has ferret-like features and it's all furry all over. And I hate ferrets, and I just, whenever I look at it, I just think it's long and slim and just like a ferret. But again, with this picture, you can't quite tell how big it actually is, just like the owl. The wings don't look that big, to be honest. So at the moment, it's difficult to tell whether it's going to be a flyer or whether it's going to just be able to glide with those small wings. We also don't know whether it's going to be big enough to be a mount or if it's a small shoulder pet. And so we have the Gasbags. Now, there's not much known about the Gasbags at the moment, but there is a little bit of information. These are one of the creatures that I'm actually quite looking forward to finding out a bit more about and getting a hold of in the game. So this is the Gasbag. There's several on this picture. You can see from the Mysterious Mysteries image that the Gasbag can stand up. It's on its, as you can see, its hind legs, and it's standing upwards. And in this picture you can see them on all fours. What we know about the Gasbags at the moment is that they'll be able to float and carry resources. So basically you're going to use them to transport, I suspect, large amounts of resources across certain areas of the map. I don't know at this point how fast it's going to be able to float. I would be surprised if it can go that fast. As you can see, this one up here is floating. It doesn't have wings or anything. It basically floats on fire, hence why it's called Gasbag. What I suspect is, as it's going to be a slowish moving basically balloon, it's probably going to be an easy target in regards to PvP. So at this moment we don't know whether the Gasbag is going to have a saddle, and whether, if it does have a saddle, whether it's going to have a platform. If it does have a platform, that's going to help with protecting it while it's floating, because you might be able to put defenses on the platform. If it's not going to have a platform or any type of defenses, then as a team you may need other survivors flying around on other mounts trying to protect it. So at the moment it looks very peaceful. I think it looks adorable. It looks like it's a peaceful tame. So there's no information yet regarding taming methods, but I suspect this will be some sort of a passive tame. So next up we've got the Scout. Now this is one of the several mechanical, I'll say creatures, but I don't think it's a creature, but a mechanical device which I believe you may have to put together. I know that the devs have said at some point that some of the mechanical creatures, to basically tame it, you have to collect certain pieces or certain resources to actually build the mechanical creature or device. But the idea of the Scout is that it's pretty much going to be remote controlled. So you may be able to sit comfortably in your base and have your Scouts go out there and have a look around. You'll be able to see through the Scout while you're using it. And they've also revealed that you're going to have the ability to be able to tag enemies. This is going to include wild creatures and also enemy survivors, enemy tribes. They also said that you have the ability to tag allies as well. We don't know any details yet about how long enemies and creatures stay tagged for, and how you'll be able to identify where they are. They said that they have extended the length of time that the tag stays there because they felt that it was too short before, but we still don't know how long that they've actually extended it for. We also don't know whether it tracks the movement of that enemy or that creature. Does the tag just tell you where it was at the moment it was tagged, or if they are moving around, does it actually move? Does the tag move with it? How do you actually see it? How do you actually look it up to see where the tag currently is? That sort of thing. So we don't really know any details yet about that, but I do believe that you have to build these types of creatures, or potentially you can knock them out and rebuild them and they become yours. There's been a lot of talk about that. This is one of the creatures or one of the machines that has had the most information provided by the devs in regards to their capabilities. We have the Enforcer. So again, another mechanical creature which you may have to tame by collecting certain resources and putting it together and building it. We don't really know much about the Enforcer at the moment. We know that it's called the Enforcer, and we know that it has sort of jump teleport type ability. As you can see right now in the original trailer that came out for Extinction, you can see in front of the Giga the Enforcer does a little teleport. Suddenly it's right in front of the Giga and is able to attack. So we know it has that type of ability. It's probably just small leaps that it can do the teleport in rather than long distances. I suspect that it can't just continuously do that, it will have some type of stamina stats where you can't repeatedly do it. It would be odd for a mechanical thing to have a stamina stat, so it's going to be interesting to see how these things work in regards to stamina. Maybe it will be something a bit different. This image kind of gives you a good impression of the size of the mount. There's been no indications that you're going to actually be able to ride the mount or whether you're going to be able to control it. But it's sort of a medium-sized mount at the moment. Right, and the last one we're going to look at today is this freak of nature that is sitting in the bottom right-hand corner of this image. And just one other thing that I wanted to touch upon is this this thing all the way at the back there. That is more than likely just a rock, and I may be seeing things just because I'm looking for clues around the map. But it does seem to have the shape of the head and the trunk and the body of a mammoth, a woolly mammoth. As I say, it's probably just a rock, but my imagination might be being carried away and thinking that is a mammoth. But anyway, back to this freak of nature in the bottom right hand corner. Now, this creature has only appeared in this picture. It hasn't had a mysterious mystery like the like some of the others. It has just been in this image. There's been no description of it. There's been no names, no talk about it at all. Now, the ARK Wiki, for some reason, have called this a cave beast, and I think they probably called it cave beast as a placeholder for a name, but I'm certain that there's been no official name released for it. I've seen a lot of people actually claiming that this is a corrupted dilo, because the devs have announced that there are going to be corrupted dinos of the vanilla dinos. They're going to be corrupted versions in certain areas of the map on Extinction, and those corrupted dinos actually have purple going through them, whereas this freak of nature has blue going through, so not quite the same. But what I also feel is people that are saying this is a corrupted dilo, that is completely wrong, my personal opinion, because if you look at these images, right here you've got a corrupted Rex. It's a purple corrupted Rex. And what you'll notice is, besides the skin, which is just a reskin with colours, similar to the aberration dinos, they're basically the same model, they just got a reskin. And this Rex has the same model as a normal Rex, just a different skin. And if you look up here, you've got what I believe to be a corrupted Pteranodon. Again, it's got the same model, just a different skin. And in this image, you've got a corrupted raptor, I believe. Again, the same model. So when you look at this freak of nature, that is not the same model of a dilo. People think it's a dilo because they feel that it's the same size of a dilo, and some aspects of it, like its arms and its head and stuff, are similar to a dilo. But it has a different model. It's got bits coming off of its chin. It's got stuff coming out of its head like a horn or something. It's got spikes all over it. It does not look like a dilo. If it was a corrupted dilo, it would be the same model of a dilo, just with a different skin. So this, I believe, to be a brand new creature that is unique to Extinction. They haven't revealed any details on it yet. They've just revealed a picture of it. So that's about it at the moment in regards to new creatures that are being introduced into the game when Extinction is released. The image you can see on the screen at the moment gives kind of an idea of some of the current vanilla creatures that you will be able to find naturally spawning on Earth in Extinction. So you've got things like these down here, I think a Gallimimus. I think this is a Parasaur. You've got the defense unit things from the Overseer. You've got the Parasaurs. There's I know there's Spinos and Stegos. I'm not going to spend time going through this entire picture now because I've forgotten where some of them are. So quite a few different dinos from the vanilla lot that are going to be appearing in the game. So that's all I got to cover in this video. As I said, in the next video I will be covering a bit more detail on the Titans and the big mech robot thing in the teaser video. So we'll be focusing on that next time. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're looking forward to Extinction, and I'll see you next time.